So this is a brand new floor plan for the Phaeton. It's the 35CH, and just like all the other Phaetons, it's on an XC chassis with 450 horsepower, 1,250 pounds of torque, and it's got the Allison 3000, can tow 10,000 pounds. It's really a lot of room because it's a power guide chassis made by Freightliner. There's tons of room underneath. We'll take a look at the whole thing real soon. All right, well, when you're looking at a Tiffin, I always like to start right here in the generator bay because this is where a lot of important design and build quality really starts. So first of all, you can see that you have this beautiful fiberglass slide out 10,000 watt generator, right? And it pushes in nice and easy. We'll do that on the way back, but make sure you don't grab it in the corners or anything like that because it is fiberglass. Now, when you look inside here, you can see the astrofoil. The astrofoil is going to reflect any heat that's coming up. There's also sound deadening insulation in there. There's also 1-inch decking on the floor above that. So there's also one other thing, there's a steel plate between the generator and the driver and passenger up front to make sure they're protected. But you also want to take a look even closer. Every wire, every hose, everything that goes front to back on this coach is fully sleeved, right? They don't want any friction over time. They don't want those wires to short circuit where you can't find them, right? So it's really important to Tiffin that they do a great job. Every Tiffin is fully undercoated, and every Tiffin has the full body paint, of course, and this particular model has 4 layers of clear coat, one being a super clear, and it sits on top of Noble Select sidewall. We're gonna go around and take a look at that in a minute, and this is how you close the generator, like you're holding 2 big basketballs, snaps right into place. Hey folks, just so you know, on every Tiffin, you're gonna get the diamond shield on the front. You can barely see it, that's where they probably polished it. It's over here around the door handles where you're gonna have the keys. It's all inside here. It's in the wheel wells, believe it or not. It's on the the kick plate over here, and it's gonna be around this handle as well because they wanna make sure that this paint job doesn't get beat up. Now, since we're standing here, we're gonna be taking a look at these American Racing coach wheels. They're just beautiful, the blackout package. And as you can see, this deep purpley blue paint job is just magnificent and a perfect match for this. And if you come around in here, Neil, just a quick look, take a look inside the doorway. There's stainless steel hinges that are designed to last forever. And if your dog's a little bit aggressive, you do have the nice dog scratch plate over here. Take a look at this magnificent paint job. It's just spectacular, front to back, side to side. Now, as we get in closer over here, you're gonna get the Tiffin aircraft grade aluminum doors. These are fully insulated and they're built strong. There's a full piano hinge top to bottom. So Uncle Bernie can hang out here on a busy day when he's talking all day long, getting a little tired in the hot sun. And this door is gonna hold me up. But even more important is the easy access to the hydraulic system. So if you have problem with your jacks or your slides, just so you know, all the slides on this coach are hydraulic, you can access that right from there, and Tiffin gives you a secret code. So if one of those solenoids on the hydraulic pump go out, you can actually override it and pull everything in all at once. But listen to that close and the precision of where that door sits. Now look at all of that storage. Now this is an XC chassis, and this has all the space that you can possibly need. Freightliner works in conjunction with Tiffin to make sure this chassis is perfect fit for this beautiful coach. But now you have an easy slide out tray. You can see that you have central vac controls, and of course they're gonna give you the induction cooker. Now when you're up over here, take a look. Oh, this is locked. This is a beautiful entertainment system over here. And as you can see, along these beautiful frameless windows, and they're easy open, but more importantly, if you need a little bit of privacy at night and you want to ensure that no one's peeking in, you can actually close those shades from the outside as well as the inside. Now, one thing that Tiffin does really well is make sure that the mechanics that are going to work on your coach have easy access to the water tanks. All right, so there's going to be a fresh water tank, a gray tank, a black tank, and all they have to do is remove that cover and they can access those real easily. As you're coming along over here, you can see it has the surge guard surge protector built in over here. Now folks, when you get the surge guard, yes, it's beautiful. It's going to take care of your coach, especially under fluctuating voltage, but you want to make sure to have an additional surge guard protector at the pole where you plug in, okay? And as we come along back here, you're going to see that you have your chassis batteries. You have two 12-volt lead acid batteries, and they're going to make sure they're going to get that engine started. Just so you know, on this relatively small coach, only about 37 feet, we have a Cummins 450, and this thing has got all the power you're ever going to need in this situation. We're going to zoom around the back over here, and as you come along, you can see that they do paint the sides of the slides. It is black. It's not extra fancy like the Bus or the Zephyr, but it is still magnificent. And as you come along back here, you're going to find that people have easy access to their radiator area. So if you had to add some fluid, some brake fluid, some that's hydraulic fluid, by the way, and then your transmission or your transmission fluid, your coolant, your oil, you can do all of that right from here. Nice and easy. Tiffin always makes everything so easy. And again, this one-piece back cap is just magnificent, very well built, very thick. And take a look real close. They actually put almost like a marble look to their logo this year on this blackout package. It's just amazing. They just keep doing things better and better every day. So Neil, I want you to take a look inside this cabinet. There's not much room in here, right? But just so you know, you have access to your intake air filter. So instead of paying a tech $300-400 to change the intake air filter, which you're supposed to do every 2 years according to Cummins, you can access that by just removing that panel, and that filter is going to be real easy to change out. Tiffin's great like that. Over here you have your 50 amp cord, and it's an automatic reel. So you just push a button, pulls that big heavy cord right in. Of course, you have easy access to your depth tank, 13-gallon depth tank, all right? As we come along over here, I forgot to mention, this one has the AquaHut 450D, and that means you don't need to take any propane with you. You can go in those tunnels that before you couldn't go into, but this is going to give you hydronic heat. It's not going to superheat and burn the air, so it doesn't dry it out. And also you get 90 gallons of hot water with this as well. You can also heat your block with it. And when you're driving down the road, your block can actually heat your hot water. So this is an amazing system, and you'll be happy that you have the AquaHut 450D. Now, as you're coming on over here, this is your water station. Tiffin does a wonderful job with this water station. Has its own reel for your fresh water, has an inline water filter, low point drains, water pump. You can winterize from here. You can de-winterize from here. You can connect the city water. You can fill your holding tank. You have all your options with your water systems all in one. Of course, you have your dump valves as well. As you come along over here, you can see the other side. So watch your step over here. Your cables are coming across. You have your 12-volt switch and your inverter switch over there. And of course, you also have your induction pans and extra tiles. Tiffin always provides you with extra porcelain tiles, so in case something gets scratched or cracked, you can replace it with the original OEM product. As you come down, of course, they're going to make it easy. You got 6 house batteries over here. These are all 6-volt, and they're about 300 amp hours each. They're just amazing. And you just flick that tray, and that whole tray comes out. So if you ever need to service these batteries, they're very easy to get at. All right. And as you're coming along over here, this is that same place where I was able to pull and get that generator to slide out. But not only that, these are all 12-volt breakers. So unlike having fuses, a lot of coaches have fuses, and they're very troublesome if you have a fuse go out. But these, you can reset them right there. So there's no fuse, and you have 12-volt breakers, 110 breakers. It's a wonderful product. Can't wait to get inside. We're going to continue with behind the Brochure. So now we're inside of the 35CH, right? Let's take a look over here at the dashboard. Of course, it's on the Freightliner built Power Glide chassis, but it has IntelliView up front. You can't see all of it. There's a sticker over there, but you have access to everything, and you can do all your cruise control, your phone connection, everything that you need to do on this coach, and then you can actually maneuver all through all these screens. Over here, you have 3 cameras. You have the side view cameras and the rear view camera, and you can actually change those by just hitting the mode, and that should go right to the back. Yeah, go right to the back. Over here is going to be Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, as well as your navigation and all your phone connections. So when you're talking on the road, but I'm going to make sure I save battery. I'm going to shut that ignition off just so I don't bother folks. But these cockpit chairs are just magnificent. This is the same fabric that they're using in the bus that's a lot more expensive than this, right? And this has the footrest on there as well, so this can move back and forth. You have all electric controls. And what do we have going here? Footrest. These chairs spin around. This is a full recliner, and of course this driver's seat is also all electric as well. Now above our heads here we have a bunk, and this is on a push button as well, so that's going to drop down, and it holds about 250 pounds. What I notice about Tiffin that they do so much different than other folks is that they put a really nice box spring. They use maple wood for their box spring, solid maple, and then they put a beautiful memory foam up there. So if you put a grandchild up there or something like that, they're gonna be so happy and comfortable. And speaking of happy and comfortable, let's take a look at these recliners. Oh my goodness, I just fall into it, right? And I'm a big guy, and the full recliner motion over here, just amazing. And I don't even know what, oh, this one tilts the head up and down. Oh my goodness. And there's USB here, plenty of places for your beer or beverage. And it's stainless steel in there too. So first of all, it's gonna clean real easy, but it's a perfect fit for a 12-ounce beer can. And it's gonna help keep it cold as well. So take a look, Neil, look up, because this is the most amazing ceiling, right? It's just incredible, front to back, what they've done with this. And this is stuff that you'd only see in buses and Zephyrs a few years ago, but look how elegant and contemporary. I noticed that. Now when you look at these cabinets, they're still solid hardwood alderwood in these. And oh, this reminds me, we got some doggy dishes in here somewhere. We'll find those in a little while. But Tiffin sets it up so you have a double piston support here, so you don't have to hold it up with your head or worry about those pistons failing. It's really heavy duty, and this is like an ebony finish here. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it's a soft, very low luster, so it doesn't reflect and hurt your eyes. But here's what you need to learn when you buy a Tiffin. So I know this seems daunting, right? But you can look in every category. So Tiffin has organized every component in this coach in this huge book to make sure that if you have any questions and you don't have access to a tech at 2 o'clock in the morning, at least you can take a look into that and help you find some answers. Now we better take a look at this area. This is spectacular. This is a whole dinette computer workstation. So your husband and wife can be sitting here doing all the work that they need to do to be able to support a coach like this. They can do that right here. There's also this big counter extension too, so they can face each other for lunch as well. So they don't have to just keep ignoring each other. But if they wanted to watch the news, or they wanted to get caught up on the weather, or watch their favorite sports game while they're on a beautiful recliner, we can take a look, and we actually have a televator built in. If I can find a button, here we go. And up it goes, as easy as that. And just as a touch of the finger, and everything matches, everything goes. Like whoever designed this interior, they spent a lot of extra time and energy and probably money to put these designs together, because everything works. There's nothing out of place. And I don't know if you realize this or not, but all of this trim work, everything that you see that looks like wood is real wood. All right, all the fascias on all these cabinets behind here, this is all real wood. Now we should go into the kitchen. So yeah, so you have the induction burners, and these are true induction. That's why they give you the pans behind over there. And for the people that don't like washing dishes, you might as well let the coach do it for you, because you have a beautiful dishwasher right here, easy access. And look at all these beautiful drawers and all these raised panels. Everything, it's got this extra lock inside, but they integrate the silverware controls over here, nice and easy. You only have 6 remotes that you got to figure out how to use. You'll figure it out. But if you buy from Campers Inn RV, we're going to spend 5 or 6 hours with you on this coach. Make sure you take a video just like we're doing today to make sure you understand how to use everything. And look at that, these beautiful drawers. There's so much space, so much counter room. And look at this big 2-bowl sink. It's massive, solid surface counter and a nice residential faucet. And so you can keep your dirty dishes on one side, your clean dishes on the other, and have at it. And all I gotta do is figure out how to put this back. Looks like I did it. And of course you got more storage underneath as well. So they give you this, you say, what do I do with these? Well, they get you a little holder for them right there. So it's nice and easy. And there's room for your trash barrel in there as well. So even in this relatively small coach, they're giving you this mega pantry. Look at this. And these drawers just pull out, they stick in there too, so they're not gonna come flying out when you're driving down the road. But these are solid maple and just gorgeous, and everything locks into place. You have this little fireplace, I call it the romance package, so you can have a little ambiance while you're watching TV. A couple more drawers for everything that you might need. You have all room for your utensils, your pantry goods, your pots and pans, and then it becomes, you have this beautiful 22 cubic foot, it could be more like 24. This is a big refrigerator, has the inline filter for this. There's an inline filter outside as well. So the water and ice that you get from this is going to be completely potable and usable. And when it come down here into the freezer, magnificent. Look at that big 2-drawer freezer, plenty of room in there. Now, as you come over here, this is your control center, all right? We're going to go home. This is a wonderful piece. You can see that your house batteries are at 13.4, your chassis is at 13.5, and they're kind of sharing. The inverter is on as well, so your inverter is going to run certain outlets. It's going to run your refrigerator. It's going to run your TVs. It's not going to run, it might run your microwave, but probably not your induction burners or your AC, just so you know, okay? But when you come on over here, you can see your water levels, your battery levels, the temperatures inside the coach in 3 different zones. And then you go to your light page, and any one of these things that have the little dots underneath, like the ceiling lights, I'm going to hold that for a second. And then you can just dim those ceiling lights. And I don't know if you can take a look right inside of that area with all the wood trim. You can lower the light, bring it back up. It's probably going to blink. And you could also set it for 100, 75, 50, or 25. So it's all easy to utilize. And then you get into this area here. This is where you can set your auto gen start. That's important if you have pets in here and the temperature starts to go up and you're not plugged in. You can set your ACs to be on, and then once the temperature reaches a certain amount that you predetermine, the generator will kick on, therefore your ACs will turn on and take care of that. Now, if you also can get low voltage in the coach and your 12 volts running low, that will kick on the AC as well. So you're never gonna be in trouble. I mean, it's gonna kick on the generator as well, so you're never gonna be in trouble. We're gonna keep on going because there's a lot going on in this little coach. Look at this, a king-size bed in this relatively small diesel pusher, and it has the bed incline built right in. Look at that amazing viewpoint. There's another TV over here, big wardrobe, so you folks can relax and take it easy at the end of a long day of relaxing and taking it easy. No, just kidding. I just wanted to show you one thing. I'm gonna close you out for a second. These pocket doors are also solid hardwood as well. And they lock and magnetize over here, and then when you bring them back, they're gonna lock back in place. We're gonna come on down because we haven't got to the head yet, and this is a big, beautiful bathroom with his and her sink. You still have more lights and fan and controls over here as well. And then look at all of this vanity area with all these beautiful cabinets, and you get to see my good friend Neil in the mirror. How's that? That's wonderful. And they got it all dressed up nicely. There's more storage for all your toiletries, cleaning supplies, you know, your hairbrush, your electric toothbrush, whatever you got going on back here. And then, of course, at the end of a busy day, you're gonna wanna throw all your stuff in the laundry so you can do your washer and dryer. They use Splendide products, which is exclusive to the marine and RV industries. And then you still got, in this little coach, a huge closet with a safe built in, all the lights and everything in there that turn on automatically. You can access that from both sides. And then you have more controls of electrical backup and things of that nature. Now, I love the fact that they have the water saver controls on the toilet as well as the full flush. So that way, if you don't need to use a full flush and you just want to rinse the bowl out, you can use the half flush. But take a look at this shower. It's a one-piece, hand-built fiberglass shower right at the Tiffin factory. They don't buy stuff like this. They just bring it in. So come on in. Uncle Bernie's inside. I'm over 6 feet tall with my shoes on, and I got plenty of headroom in here. I got a place for my towels. I have a beautiful shower head, spray head. There's a towel rack right outside here. There's also a shower miser. That shower miser is gonna save your fresh water. So if you're using your holding tank and you're using the AquaHut system, while your water is heating up, it's gonna send it back to your freshwater holding tank. And then when the temperature gets right, you'll see that your shower miser button, that blue button back there, is gonna turn white. When that turns white, you just flick a switch and let the water run normally, and then you get the warm or hot water the way you like it. Hey folks, if you've been saving your whole life to do this, you've been spending your time, money, and energy helping other people for decades, it's time to take care of yourselves. The Tiffin Phaeton is the way to do it. It's the most magnificent coach, and you're just gonna love it, and you're gonna love yourselves for doing this for yourself because you deserve it. You've worked hard, you've done the right thing. It's time to buy a Tiffin and get it from the RV's trusted resource, Campers Inn RV.